Good afternoon. Here is the national news from BGI TV by Bagbagede Imo TV. I am Morire Rebila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the national news. Yoruba rights group backs Akeredolu, others over AK-47 for Amotekun. ASU strike, Buhari government killed education, we will bury it. Nans. U.S. flew Oyo hotelier killed by herdsmen, home for burial, family. Bandit demand farm produce as money, kill Niger village head. And finally on sports, Nigeria, Benin, on alert as CAF reopens bid for AFCON 2015. Now the news in detail. A Yoruba rights group, Congress for Rights of Yoruba Nationalities, has thrown its weight behind Southwest governors in their persistent demand for federal government's approval to enable Amotekun bear AK-47 rifles. A Yoruba rights group, Congress for Rights of Yoruba Nationalities, has thrown its weight behind the Amotekun crusade. The group, in a statement by its national chairman, Abiodun Fanaro, and General Secretary Tunde Ayenomelo, charged the presidency to stop politicizing and personalizing security control in the country at the detriment of the well-being of Nigerians, particularly their lives, property, and the economy. Crown condemned what it called veiled threat by senior special assistant to the president's media, Shehu Garba, in his reaction to Southwest governors resolved to arm Amotekun with AK-47. The group expressed dismay that the presidential aide and his masters had failed to accept the reality that the period of visit is over, as the presidency is overwhelmed by the huge security challenges it faces, as out of the 6 geopolitical zones in the country, only the Southwest and probably South-South is relatively safe and secure, while others are in near state of anarchy. According to the group, the exemplary security situation in Southwest is mainly due to the proactive approach of the governors and unity of purpose by all the people within the region. Moving on to ASU strike. The National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, Southwest Zone, has accused President Muhammadu Buhari of buying public education in the country and burying it, saying that it is ready to conduct its funeral. This was disclosed in a statement signed by NANS coordinator and spokesperson Adeboye Olatuji and Awonifa Okwelua, respectively, on Monday. The student body said they would be hitting the streets again in the coming days. Part of the statement read, "It behoves us to call the attention of the general public and the international community on the brazen insult meted on the Nigerian student by the irresponsible administration of Buhari. We want Nigerian students to be ready for a grand mass action on the ASU strike. We are clear that this government is anti-public education and this is against the yearnings of millions of students and youth. In coming days, we shall be occupying the streets across the Southwest region to conduct a final burial rite of public education in the country, as this was the Buhari's administration represents," the statement concluded. Moving on to another story from Oyo State. Ayoride Owolabi, the brother of hotelier late Olubenga Owolabi, has said that the United States of America gave the Nigerian government a time frame to find its killers. Punch Metro had reported that Olubenga and a worker at his hotel, Rachel Okpadele, were abducted by gunmen at Ogbomoso, Oyo State. They were killed by the abductors on August 3rd. Olubenga, a U.S. citizen, was said to be living in Maryland, U.S., and decided to invest in hospitality business in his hometown, Ogbomoso. It was learned that the hotel was opened in December 2021, and he was abducted and killed a few months after. His funeral held on October 1st at the Trinity Life Church, Maryland, U.S. Ayoride, who spoke to correspondents on Monday, said the American government asked the Department of State Services to bring his brother's killers to justice. They have given the Nigerian government a time frame to get the perpetrators. The instruction was given to the DSS office, but up till now, no arrest has been made. They already have the facts that herdsmen were behind the killing. Moving on to the next story on insecurity. Bandits have resorted to demanding farm produce and cattle as money for kidnapped persons, as well as requirements to stop the deadly attacks on villages in Niger State. A village head, Alhaji Usman Abara, who failed to comply with a new demand, has been dropped dead by the terrorists. Leadership gathered that the bandit made demands from Gutmin Boka, Dusai, Bena, and Bangi in the headquarters of Mariga local government area of the state at the weekend. It was learned that last week the members of Mohoro community refused to heed to their demands and the bandit ended up killing the head of community, Al-Aji Usman Abara, and 14 of his subjects. Knowledgeable sources said that the terrorists are being faced with serious food shortage due to a cut in the supply chain caused by intense actions of security operatives. The terrorists are operating along the interior of border communities between Niger and Zamfara states. Those 4 communities are most affected. The terrorists are resorted to demanding from them 5 bags of their farm produce and 5 of their cattle per village monthly. A resident of the area who preferred anonymity told reporter that the communities are being given 2 weeks to comply or face a deadly attack. Completing the story this hour is coming from the sports news. The Confederation of African Football (CAF) has reopened bid for the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations, report CompleteSport.com. CAF formally stripped Guinea of the right to host AFCON 2025 on Saturday. The right withdrawal followed a meeting on Friday in Conakry between Guinea's interim president, Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya, and CAF president Patrice Motsepe. Guinea's inability was due to infrastructure and facilities not being ready to host 24-team tournaments. That concludes the national news from BGI TV. Before we go, some quick headlines. Yoruba rights groups backs Akeredolu, others over AK-47 for Amotekun. As to strike, Buhari government killed education, we will bury it, Nance. And on sport, Nigeria, Benin, on alert as CAF reopen bid for the AFCON of 2025. For more updates on our YouTube, the handle is Babagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For advert placements of your goods and services, coverage of events and function, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placements only. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. Good afternoon.